Hi guys, welcome back to the Love Luxury YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about this AP Royal Oak, and we are going to be dedicating this video to Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II, who very sadly passed away at the end of this week. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like and comment. Hi guys, so today we are talking about this very limited, very exclusive AP watch. Now this is the AP Royal Oak 50th anniversary edition. The model number for this watch is the 15551ST.2356ST.03. Now that is quite a mouthful. So for those who need to know, this is a Royal Oak 50th anniversary edition 15551ST. So let's talk a little bit about the history of Audemars Piguet, shall we, before we get on to talking about this very stunning watch. Audemars Piguet was founded in 1875 by Jules Louis Audemars and Edouard Auguste Piguet. Now, both of them lived in a very small rural town north of Geneva in Switzerland. So these are Swiss-made watches. And the town was called Le Barasou. Now, Le Barasou was a like I said, very small rural town that was predominantly a farming town. And during the winter months, the men there in the town, the farming men, would actually study horology, which is the study of watchmaking. So in 1875, Jules and Edouard decided that they were going to set up their own business, and they named it Audemars Piguet. And the rest is history. It is one of the most well-known watch brands in the world. It is renowned for its quality, and what is so lovely about this company is that it's still owned by the descendants of the original founders. So that makes that this company is still an independently owned company rather than a conglomerate owned company. So I've talked a little bit about the Royal Oak on another video, and I'll drop the link for that below. And that was also a Royal Oak. And basically this model, the Royal Oak model, was designed in 1972 by Gerald Genter for Audemars Piguet. So we are now in September of 2022, and this particular model is the 50th anniversary watch for the Royal Oak. I just wanted to touch upon why watches at the moment are so hard to get your hands on, and just where we are in the market now. In 2017, we saw a massive watch boom, and we believe, and there is hearsay, that the reason for this massive watch boom in 2017 was because of social media and people seeing watches and the manufacturers promoting their watches, and all of these celebrities being seen and hashtagging and all of that kind of stuff, advertising these amazing watch brands from Rolex to AP to Richard Mille. All of these watches just went absolutely crazy around that time. Putting it into perspective, you literally cannot get your hands on a Rolex watch these days. You can walk into any branch, any authorized dealer, and it's very rare that they even have the exhibition models on display for you to look at, try on, what have you. So the industry really has skyrocketed. It's just exploded. Rolex produce 1.5 million approximately watches per year. Now that's a huge amount of watches, and they still can't produce enough watches for everybody that wants one to have one on their wrist. Now let's compare that to Audemars Piguet. They produce 40,000 watches per year. That is a tiny fraction in comparison to what Rolex are producing. So getting your hands on an AP watch is even harder than a Rolex. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty of this particular 50th anniversary Royal Oak. It is the 15551ST.22.1356ST.03. Now that is a real mouthful, so we'll just call this the 50th anniversary Royal Oak, and let's get down to those ever special specs for this particular model. Now the one that I have here is a 37mm and it is 9mm thick. That is a pretty slim watch for today's market. The case and strap for this watch are full stainless steel, and as I said, it's a 37mm. Now it may be a 37mm, however the lugs sit at a 45-degree angle. That creates the illusion of this 37mm diameter watch having a much larger diameter than it actually does, and this illusion makes this watch a very good unisex male or female watch. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit subscribe, like and comment. This watch has a water resistance of up to 50 meters, which is 165 feet. The Grande Tapissière means that the face of this watch is engraved with these squares, and it really is a beautiful, beautiful face to see. Now, it kind of gives us the sunburst effect that you will find on other brands of watches, and this particular dial is created by a pantograph. The way the light reflects off these Tapissière squares means that it really creates a lovely glistening effect. So as I said, the tapissière on this watch is Grande Tapissière, which means that it's the medium size. There is a petite tapissière, which means that it's much smaller, and you tend to find that on female watches. And then there is the mega tapissière, which is found on the even larger watches to this one. The hour markers are white gold, and so are the hands, and the hands and the hour markers both have a green luminescence on them, and this green luminescence, once it's charged with a light, will last up to 8 hours. At 12 o'clock we have 2 hour markers and the Audemars Piguet sign written in full Audemars Piguet, and then at 3 o'clock we have like I said, we have the date, but at 6 o'clock we have the Swiss made sign. Moving on to this amazing bezel. Now this bezel is set with 40 brilliant cut diamonds of a total carat weight of 0.2 of a carat, which is quite a substantial amount for 40 stones around a bezel. Between each set of these 5 diamonds, there's a highly polished hexagonal screw, which is synonymous with the Audemars Piguet brand. And actually on the bezel, it really looks beautiful to have those 5 diamonds and then have the break of the hexagonal screw. I think it just gives it a little touch of class that you may not have got if there was a full diamond bezel. So around the perimeter of the bezel, it is a high polish finish. Now, if you look very closely on the chamfered edges, you'll see that it's a sandblasted satin polish finish. The main body of the case is the satin finish, and then the chamfered edges are these high polish, so it's in contrast to the bezel. You might think to me, what the heck is a chamfered edge? Well, actually what that just means, it's the beveled edges. It's a fancy word for the beveled edges, but chamfered means that it's a high end hand finished beveled edge, and you will only find that on exclusively high end watches. You can't find those finishes on any ordinary watch. You will find on the front of the watch a sapphire finished with a glare resistant coating, and then on the back of the watch there is also a sapphire, which allows you to see into the workings and the caliber of the watch, but also that famous 50th anniversary marking that you will see on the oscillating weight, which has been engraved into the 50th mark for the anniversary. This 50th anniversary watch is the new Royal Oak design, and it comes with the self-winding 5900 caliber mechanism. So moving on to the crown, now it is the famous hexagonal shape. It has the AP initials on it. It is satin finish, and it is a winding mechanism. Now on the first pull out, you'll find on the first complication it changes the date on a quick set, and then on the second pull out that changes the hour and minutes. Don't forget that when you pull your crown in and out, you need to fully secure your crown to close it to make sure that the watch is fully water resistant. Going back to the case and the lugs, so as I said, the case is 37 millimeters. The lugs are on a 45-degree angle, giving it a much larger look and feel, not just a look, but and a feel on the wrist, although it does sit very flush as it's only a 9 millimeter thick watch. We look at the chamfered edges, they travel down from the bezel onto the lugs and then onto the strap, which gives a nice glisten. So we have these highly polished chamfered edges, but not only do we have the highly polished chamfered edges, we have the attachment holders which keep the links in place. Now, those attachments are flat and at a different angle to each link, which means that when you're wearing the watch, there is a massive glistening effect. It's almost like a disco ball because the light reflects off of so many different surfaces at one time. Now we go down to the double deployant folding clasp. Now on this double deployant folding clasp, you'll find the AP initials, and they are carved into the satin finish of the top clip. Now, once you've pressed or compressed your double deployant folding clasp, it will pop open and you will see Audemars Piguet written in full on the right hand side, and on the left hand side it will be upside down. So we have covered every aspect of this watch. The caliber, we've talked about the strap, the case, the diamonds, the face, the lugs. This is a very special watch that Audemars Piguet produced for their 50th anniversary of the Royal Oak. Don't forget that anything you see on our YouTube videos is available to purchase in our Knightsbridge store. You have to get in quick because things do go very fast, but they are available here at Love Luxury in Knightsbridge on Beauchamp Place. As we said at the start of the video, this was in loving memory of Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II, and we would just like to dedicate this video to her. Thank you so much for watching the video here at Love Luxury. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like and comment.